Hi everyone, this is Jeff Boyce. I've been a Denver Metro real estate broker here for the last 20 plus years, and I am with HomeSmart Cherry Creek Properties. And in this video, I'm going to go over the top 10 reasons why you might consider buying a home and relocating to Westminster, Colorado. I'm going to go over the real cost of living for Westminster and the pros and cons of moving to Westminster, including home rental and apartment pricing. By the way, I've lived in 2 Westminster homes, and I can tell you the area is a super nice area. I've actually lived in the Denver metro area since I was 18 years old. I moved out here from Ohio. Go Buckeyes! I've been a Denver metro real estate broker selling houses from Colorado Springs to Denver all the way up to Fort Collins for the last 20 plus years. I've probably driven up every street, avenue, boulevard, cul-de-sac, and avenue 10,000 times, and I've probably shown tens and tens of thousands of homes over the last 20 years, and I really do know the Denver metro area well, and I can help you target your perfect home in the perfect city and subdivision real close to where your job and your relocation is going to be. And I can probably help answer any questions you might have about a specific subdivision or a city, or just a general question about the Denver metro area and how close your job might be to certain cities. I've got your back. My real estate team, my mortgage lending team, and my showing team, we've got your back on your relocation here to the Denver metro area. Or if you're currently living here, we're glad to help you get a great loan and or to get you out house shopping in a great neighborhood for you. I wanted to thank everyone that's called, emailed, or texted me during the last 20 years. I really appreciate all your business, and I really appreciate helping everyone to relocate out here and find a gorgeous home. And I really do appreciate people that have called, texted, and emailed me for the last 3 to 4 years off of all of these YouTube videos. I do a ton of business, sell a ton of homes off my YouTube videos, and I really appreciate that business. Thank you very much. I'm glad we're able to help you too. Let's get started, and welcome to Westminster in the Denver metro area. Now, if you're like most people that I talk to, you've already done a ton of research on the neighborhoods or cities where your job relocation might be, and you're just wondering, what in the heck is it like, Jeff, to live in Westminster and to work in the Westminster area? So in this video, I'm going to cover the top 10 reasons why you might consider buying a home in those neighborhoods. Let's get started. Number 1, Westminster was all part of that northwest expansion out of the Denver metro area in the 1950s. In the 1960s, 70s, and 80s, Westminster took off. It was the biggest boom, housing boom in the 80s and 90s, because there was no more room to build homes in Denver, and Westminster and Arvada just took off. The interesting thing about Westminster is it used to be apple and cherry fields in the late 1800s and early 1900s. Now that's all homes. Westminster stretches about 34 square miles, starting from about 70th Avenue, with Arvada on the south, Broomfield to the north, North Glen to the east, and Wheat Ridge in Denver to the southeast. Westminster has about 115,000 residents currently. Compare that to about 660,000 in Denver. And I have to tell you, Westminster is most famous for the Butterfly Pavilion right off the Boulder Turnpike at 104th. Number 2, Westminster was the number 10 best-selling city of all the Denver suburban cities, with about 1,280 homes sold. About 20% of the homes that sell every year in Westminster are the older 1950s, 60s, and early 70s brick or bungalow style homes. And the majority of the homes sold are the 1980s and 1990s homes. And those are located typically in the northern part of Westminster, especially the far northeast part above 120th, where they had a bunch of new home buildings in year 2000 to currently. They're still building a few homes up there over 120th and below 140th Avenue up there. But unfortunately for people wanting a newer home, only 25% of the homes in Westminster that are sold every year were built in 1995 or newer, like 25 years old or newer. So that may turn you away from Westminster. So if it does, there's lots of other areas we can look around in Arvada and Broomfield that you really might like if you want to live up on the northwest part of town. Number 3, Westminster is actually considered very affordable, with our median home price at about $385,000. Now, median home price means halfway. Half of the homes sell above it, half of the homes sell below $385,000 a year. So compare $385,000 in Westminster, median price to Denver, where the homes sell for $430,000 on average. According to apartments.com, the average one-bedroom apartment leases in the Westminster area for about $1,125 a month, and home prices, if you're going to rent a house, home prices start at about $1,900 or so a month for a house rental. Number 4, the Westminster home that you might buy will feed into either the Westminster School District or the Jefferson County School District. All of these homes feed into these popular high schools: the Stanley Lake High School, Legacy High School, Westminster High School, Pomona, and Mountain Range High Schools. These schools are all rated good and have an 85.3% graduation rate, and the Westminster High School has a graduation rate of about 79.1, just a little bit less. Number 5, Westminster home sales actually accounted for 6% of the total suburban home sales for last year. And like I said, there were 1,280 single-family 3-plus bedroom homes sold in Westminster, whereas the rest of the suburbs had about 21,600 total homes sold. And people always ask me, Jeff, why are Westminster homes so popular? And my simple answer is, if you're a first-time home buyer or even relocating here with not a big home budget, you can still find a beautiful Westminster home starting at about $225,000, $250,000 to around $280,000 in zip code 80021, which is the #1 selling zip code in Westminster. The prices homes start at about $325,000 or so, and the median price is about $375,000. The #2 best-selling zip code is 80031, with homes starting at about $275,000 or so, with the median price at about $350,000. Then there's zip code 80234, the 3rd best-selling, homes starting at about $325,000, the median price jumping up to about $440,000. And then 80020, the #4th best-selling in Westminster, with homes starting at about $345,000, and the median price at almost exactly $400,000 for a home. In those specific zip codes, the #1 selling neighborhood or subdivision in all of Westminster is the Countryside subdivision right off of 100th and Wadsworth, tucked right in around Stanley Lake High School. In the #2 best-selling zip code, the #1 selling subdivision there is Shaw Heights. It's the most popular by far. Slightly older homes over there, but beautiful. The #3 best-selling subdivision in zip code 80234 were actually the Ranch and Quail Crossing subdivisions. And #4, just bordering Broomfield, is Sheridan Green. And the actual median price there over in Sheridan Green is just at about $399,000. #6, here's some interesting facts and statistics about Westminster. The average median age in Westminster is 36 years old. And the families with kids under age 18 is actually 22%. So 22% of the Westminster households have kids preschool, elementary, middle school, or high school or lower, and 22% is actually very low for the Denver metro area. The average median family household income in Westminster is about $72,000 a year, plus about 37% of the current residents have a bachelor's or graduate degree or higher. Number 7. Westminster is still a fun place to raise your family, and there's a ton of stuff to do there. There's 55 city parks there and 150 miles of biking and walking and dog walking paths in Westminster. And those include the Big Dry Creek Trail, the Farmers Highline Canal Trail, Little Dry Creek Trail, the Rocky Mountain Greenway Trail, plus there are 3 off-leash dog parks, the Westminster Hills Dog Park, Big Dry Creek Dog Park, and Little Dry Creek Dog Park. The popular Stanley Lake offers paddleboarding, kayaking, fishing, bike riding around the lake. You can rent horses there, and they also let you camp up at Stanley Lake. There are also 2 year-round pools in Westminster, the City Park Rec Center at 104th and Sheridan, and then the Swim and Fitness Center on 76. So the kids can swim all winter long, or you can swim laps in the winter. Plus, there's the huge, infamous, world-renowned Water World Park right off of 88th and I-25, so you can take the kids out there all summer and have a blast out there. There are 3 popular public golf courses in Westminster, Legacy Ridge, and the Highland Hills, and Walnut Creek Golf Preserve. Plus, there's the Alamo Draft House and Cinema at 88th and Sheridan, and the Butterfly Pavilion, and you can't miss that one, at 104th and the Boulder Turnpike. That's also where the Westminster Promenade Mall is and movie theater, and if you don't like that, there's the super cool Flatirons Mall, just about 15 miles toward Boulder, and you can go shop to your heart's content over at the Flatirons Mall. Number 8. The big major employers in Westminster would be the Ball Aerospace and Ball Packaging, Max R Geospace Technologies, and St. Anthony's North Hospital. Number 9. There are lots of nice restaurants and tons of entertainment stuff for you in Westminster, including 2 great microbreweries. And those are the Kokopelli Beer Company and the Rails End Beer Company. Both of these have really good food and really good microbrews, trust me. Number 10. The Denver International Airport is only about 35 miles away, and you can be over there in no time at all. And if you want to drive downtown, downtown is anywhere from 30 minutes to an hour or so, depending on traffic. If you want to go down and catch a Denver Broncos game at Mile High Stadium, or you want to go see the Colorado Rockies play at Coors Field, or you want to go down to the Pepsi Center and go see the Colorado Avalanche hockey team play, go Avs, or the Denver Nuggets play down there. It's also less than 2 hours to drive up to the mountains to go skiing, so the ski resorts like Arapahoe Basin, Keystone, Breckenridge, Copper Mountain, and even Vail are just a smidgen over an hour and 45 minutes to 2 hours away. Number 11. So you're probably wondering, why are Westminster homes so less expensive than other homes in other nearby cities? And why are their homes starting at about $225,000 to $250,000 in some of those subdivisions in Westminster? Well, the answer is only 25% of the homes in Westminster are the newer style homes, the newer modern designs that were built after 1995. So you're actually getting a nice house for your money that's just a little bit smaller in square footage, might be a little bit outdated in floor plans and everything. Like I said, there's a ton of ranch, bi-level and tri-level homes in Westminster. So if you're looking for a newer home though, we can still find those north of the Boulder Turnpike, and actually above 120th, there's lots of homes up there that are only about 20 years old or so. Beautiful homes. Well, that wraps this up. Do you think that after hearing about this information, you'd actually like to look at a Westminster home to buy and relocate to Westminster? If so, give me a call. My name is Jeff Boyce with HomeSmart Cherry Creek, 303-622-5700. I'm glad to help you find your perfect house in the perfect subdivision or neighborhood, either in the Westminster area or nearby in Arvada or Broomfield or any other part of the Denver metro area. If you're thinking about relocating here to the Denver metro area in the next 1 to 3 months, I'll get you a custom list of homes, either daily or weekly, emailed to you of your perfect homes with the number of bedrooms, bathrooms, square footage you're looking for. If you hate ranch style and you only want to consider a 2-story, built in 2005 or newer, we'll do a custom home search for you, emailed to you every day or every week. Glad to get that out to you. If you think it's going to be 3 to 6 months to 9 months or more, we can still do that custom home search for you, but I can send that out every few weeks or just send it out once a month or so for you to keep you posted on what's going on in the housing market in the Westminster or whatever area you're interested in. Again, this is Jeff Boyce. I really appreciate the opportunity to earn your business, and I really look forward to speaking to you here shortly. Thanks again, and welcome to the Denver metro area. I think you're going to love it here.